have the spices.
You're starting.
I always start at a random time.
Good grief. It's so hard to line it up because yours is a minute longer than mine is. I've been lining up the ends.
Yeah, don't do that.
Beginning.
Oh, the ends. Okay.
Because we end at the same time.
No, we don't. You mean we hit at the exact same? Is that
Not
why?
the exact same, but close. It's closer.
It's closer.
To look at the end versus the beginning.
Oh yeah, you just got to get with it. I just hit record a lot sooner. So
no, we'll talk about whatever the issue has been with the syncing up of the freaking. Yeah. Because
I hope I don't make you feel. I don't mean to nag you.
No,
I feel like I'm nagging.
Even realize it. Well, because
I'm like, get with it.
Okay,
Mary Grace, fix it.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Hello.
Welcome back to my
I
attic.
said it.
You stole my line. I think I like it. That's weird.
I'm never doing that again.
Welcome back to my attic. Go for it. The lid was closed. I was trying to drink from a cup that the lid was closed.
Alrighty, good start. Listen, okay. So, hi, welcome back. I hope you're not new because this is going to require some context, but I'll give it to you, I guess. So when I edit, we record on 2 microphones, it's 2 separate audio clips, and then I sync them up. I line them up perfectly.
And we tried to get it so they would accumulate into one. It was a whole day's process that we still could not figure out.
That's not going to happen.
So yeah, we just have 2 separate audios.
So
some tech genius, come help us.
Yeah, seriously. But for whatever reason, the past 3 episodes will be lined up. It's one clip. Like, I line up the whole thing, and then if I need to splice it anywhere, I select both clips and move them both together so they don't come apart and they don't unsync. It was one clip synced in the beginning, and then at one point just became unsynced. No cuts. I have no idea.
Maybe it was a glitch with one of our phones that, like, jumped a little bit or something.
Must be. I have no idea.
That is very weird.
But I'm listening and it's like totally sync. Oh, suddenly it's just out of sync. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So I had to, like, cut it there and then remove it.
Yeah.
In a few places.
And so, folks, if you noticed, we have like a grand total of like 5 listeners. But for those who are consistent,
people we know.
Yeah, but who are consistently listening, you probably noticed that the one episode, I think it was Find Your Pleifner.
Yeah, which is so annoying because I love that episode.
I do. That was a very fun episode. 2 weeks ago, David said that was a fun episode. I just listened to last week's episode this morning before it technically. Hey now, shush. Before it technically dropped. See, that's the thing. Like, I have a hard time stepping out of myself to recognize whether or not it's a good episode for other people to listen to because I have a good time every time.
Yeah.
So you get what you get, people.
I feel like if we're having a good time, then that's
all that matters.
That's the best we could do.
So what else is new? How was your Christmas? Okay, Happy New Year, folks. This is officially the first episode that we are recording in the new year, even though this is coming out a week or two, whatever. But for us, it's the first New Year. So Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hope you had a good Christmas.
I'm still vegetarian.
Congratulations. Holding strong.
That to you. I posted a poll on Yik Yak asking people if I should still be, and almost everybody said no. Someone commented, like, eat a steak, girl, or something like that.
Oh, steak is so good, though. You know what? No, prime rib. Oh, my God, prime rib.
What's a prime rib?
It's a specific cut of beef that is just so freaking good. We had it for last Sunday or something, and even though the church service lasted a little bit long, so it overcooked just a little bit. Even though it was overcooked, it was still so good. With, like, horseradish. So freaking good. I am obsessed with the meat. We have the meats and the meat sweats. You know meat sweats is a real thing?
Like, you eat meat and then you sweat?
You eat enough meat, you start to sweat. Like, your body doesn't.
Because your body's, like, trying to process it?
Yeah, and you start to sweat.
That's like when your computer turns the fan on if it's overworked.
Yeah. I always feel, okay, this is so stupid. Oh my God! That reminds me. Okay, so it's so stupid, but I always feel bad for my computer when the fan
When
comes
the
on.
fan comes on.
Because I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm working you so hard. I'm
know.
sorry.
I hate when I start to panic. Well, because my laptop is a million years old and I don't use it anymore.
See, mine's not old. Mine's like a MacBook 13 something or other. I don't know. It's not old, but when I'm on my Final Cut Pro, it is working.
I bet.
It is working. No, that actually reminds me. My friend Ashley in high school. We're in the car. It's raining. Windshield wipers are on. And out of absolutely nowhere, she goes, I feel so bad for windshield wipers. They work so hard. They work so hard.
Yeah, I had one of those moments before because I was like, they live their lives alongside each other and yet they'll never meet.
What the frick?
They'll never meet.
What the frick is wrong with
They
you?
live parallel lives, but they'll never touch.
They touch right at when they're sitting together.
Mm.
The tip touch it. That's what she said.
Depends.
I'm annoyed with the fact that my windshield wipers don't meet the left edge of my
We gotta talk
car.
about your new car. We gotta talk about your new car.
Yeah.
Ah,
New to me.
how is it?
Good.
Good. You
Period.
love it? Period.
No,
That's it?
no, it's good. It's a 2012 Honda CR-V. I love the captain's chairs. I like the lower console, like we discussed before. It actually does have Bluetooth. I didn't know that.
Nice.
And I thought I was going to hate it just because, like I said, I like just the ease of just plug in and go, or hand my friend the aux cord, plug in and go. But since it's just me so far in the car, it's nice.
It just does it automatically.
It's
yeah,
nice.
I do like that.
So I did like that. Oh, and speaking of cars, so do you remember that itty bitty, inconsequential, just nothing little monologue I had about adaptive cruise control?
You have adaptive cruise control?
No, I don't. But I do have to retract my words.
You like it?
Good grief!
We literally had a whole freaking episode about adaptive cruise control.
It wasn't that big of a
Didn't we name it after that or something? Or it was in the description at least.
You know what? It's not a big deal. It was just a tiny little itty bitty it was not
Oh
a big
my
deal.
god, I don't even know you anymore.
I don't know. No, seriously though, on the trip down there, I had to get a rental to bring back my car, and they gave me a Nissan Rogue, which had adaptive cruise control, which I was fuming about.
You can override it.
I couldn't figure out how to override it completely, but you can shorten the distance at which the adaptive cruise activates.
Interesting.
And so I had it on the shortest setting. And then I was driving. I was about a half hour into the trip, not used to it yet. My mom had called me, wondering where I was. I was like, I literally just got on the road, woman. Give me a minute. But anyway, I went on another little rant to her about it. And then give it another 4 hours down the road, and I freaking loved it.
Did you use it to match someone in front of you?
Well, yes and no. I did not touch my pedals the entire 6.5 hour trip.
That's fire.
It was incredible. And it was nice because, like I said, I shortened the distance, and so I would get closer behind the car.
But close enough to pass?
Close enough to be worthy of passing, yeah. And then as soon as you do get over it and your lane clears, you speed back up again. I did not like how herky-jerky it was when it would speed up or slow down.
That's my thing with cruise control is, like, because it speeds up based on, like, whether or not you're slowing down or speeding up, like, because of, obviously, like, hills or whatever. Because I can see the hills, I can speed up a little bit before, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and preemptively.
So it's smoother, rather than, like, oh, I'm slowing down, so therefore I have to speed up. Like, I know what you mean.
This car, it wasn't too bad as far as hills, but it did, and of course when I got cut off, it was probably really stupid and dangerous and probably not great for the car.
Not trusted.
I tested it. I got cut up. People would be stupid and cut me off.
Car,
I know. And I didn't get the insurance on it. But I would test it. It did really well. Honestly, if I got cut off, boom, it was done. But it did really well. And then I think some cars are even better about the herky-jerk acceleration and everything. There are some cars that are better with that. Mine, like I said, the Nissan Rogue, I don't know what year it was, a newer year, but it was a little abrupt. But I'll have to eat my words. Enjoy it, people. It won't happen often. but I'll eat my words on that one. I got used to it, and I did like it. This car, my 2012 Honda CR-V, does not have adaptive cruise control, which I'm fine with. That's fine.
Now you're going to miss it.
No, it's fine. Honestly, it'll just give me an excuse never to go to Ohio again. You know what? I shouldn't say that. I had a great time.
Good.
It ended up being one of the best trips I've had to Ohio in a very long time.
Really good.
Other than the little bit at the end there. The last interaction I had with my dad and brother was not great. Yeah, the last thing my brother said to me was that I was a bitch. Which I've thought about the issue over and over again. I'm in the right. I'm in the right. So it's
I believe it.
They are wrong. I am right. But no, it was actually a really great trip. I stayed busy, had a couple different little parties with different sides of the family.
Nice.
But yeah, what about your Christmas?
We both went to Ohio.
That is unfortunate.
Not together.
No. That would have been better, but...
I'm just kidding.
Excuse me?
I'm just kidding.
What did you... what?
I said God forbid, and I said just kidding.
Rude.
It was a joke.
Rude. I'm offended.
We went at separate times.
I'm offended.
We went back to back. I had a good time.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I did not drive. I took a train, as per usual. What's that?
Continue talking. I am making a baby blanket, so...
You're gonna work on it right now?
Yeah.
Fire. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It was good. I went to we were in Cleveland for the first few days, so we went to the Cleveland Museum of Art, which was amazing. I saw Van Gogh for, I think, the first time.
There's a Van Gogh?
There was two.
Where? In
Cleveland.
In Cleveland? Of all places. What the heck?
I was like, I can't believe I'm looking at this right now. And it was really, I had a lot of appreciation for, like, earlier art, which I had a lot of because I just took the art history class. So I was like, oh my god, I know about this. But we went to the Cleveland Aquarium, the art museum, I think it's called I forget the name of the market, but there's this huge market there.
Like a farmer's market? Or is it, I mean, I guess it's winter, but...
Kind of, but it's like indoors.
Okay.
And they have like one building that is like meat, dairy, they have like little shops off to the side, and then they have another portion that's like produce and stuff. But did you know that, so I saw this mozzarella that said buffalo mozzarella from Italy. And I was like, what does it mean, like, by buffalo?
Buffalo milk.
Yeah, in Italy, they use freaking water buffalo milk.
That's sick.
That's crazy. Well, not in America. In America, they use cow's milk. But isn't that weird?
Weird?
I think it's weird. Maybe because I don't have a lot of concept of what a water buffalo is.
I guess weird is not the, what is it called, adjective that I would use.
Okay.
But just definitely interesting and kind of puts into perspective that different places have different cultures and customs and livestock, apparently.
I should have tried it.
You didn't try it?
No.
Oh, how small-minded of you.
So sorry. So sorry. Oh, we went to this thing called Zoo Lights, which I've never heard of, but, like, you walk around the zoo and it's basically like lights on the lake, but at the zoo.
Oh my god! No, Ogilvy used to have. I mean, no, they still have it, but we don't go anymore because we're bums. But yeah, you would drive through Ogilvy Zoo and all the lights. And
we just walked. I don't think. You just walk it, but it's the same thing. But there wasn't a lot of animals out, but the lights were super cool. And then they had this like chairlift zip line thing that takes you up to like the top, and you can see the whole zoo below you, and then you like zip line down.
Oh, freaking cool.
That was sick.
Was that cold? How
Very
cold was
cold. I didn't wear a coat, and I wanted to die.
Well, it was like freaking 60 degrees on Christmas.
Yeah, it was really warm.
And rainy.
I liked it. I was into it.
Dude, it rained for 6.5 hours straight on my way home. Oh my god, it was awful. Speaking of the trip, though, I'm going to interrupt and bring it back to me again. It's the Danielle show. No, for 6.5 hours on the way down, I listened to that freaking soundtrack.
Oh my god. I knew you were going to say that.
Stop. Can we just address for the fact that I am incapable of enjoying anything casually? I think we talked about it before. Yeah. I am an all or nothing kind of person.
It's a little scary.
It's frightening. And I apologize to anybody who knows me for any length of time because I'm a one-track mind kind of person. And that's all I ever think about until I have to move on to the next obsession. My obsession with this freaking movie and this freaking soundtrack rivals my obsession from Hamilton. That was problematic how much I love Hamilton. But yeah, I've watched the movie 3 times since Christmas. I have listened to the soundtrack.
What do you watch it on?
It's on Amazon. We bought it on Amazon Prime. Yeah, I freaking love it. And I was actually so impressed. I thought the movie was going to be horrifically cheesy. I was prepared for that. I just wanted to watch it just because I knew the music was awesome. The movie is actually so good. It was funny without crossing into being stupid, like overly stupid or cheesy. There was the whole movie was actually so good. They did take liberties, which I'm fine with. But there was only one moment that was so facepalm inducing cringy.
Oh no.
And it was just because of the way they filmed it. It was when at the very end, after Jesus is born or whatever, and the angels are in the sky singing, it just looked like a dollar store postcard, and it was god awful. No. Which really sucked because that is the moment in the song that like is so powerful. The song itself is so powerful and so it gives me chills every time I hear it. And then, but combine it with the look of this god-awful postcard angels in the sky. But other than that, it was a great movie. I loved it. I'm obsessed with it now. Like I said, nonstop listening to it. I was listening to the soundtrack on the way here. It's a problem. It is a problem.
Yeah, I gotta put my mom on that, but I waited until after Christmas break.
Yeah, give yourself a chance to be able to go back to school before she listens to it nonstop.
Yeah.
And then my cousin and his girlfriend watched it with me along with my aunt. And then my aunt texted me and she said that Danny and Jill were both obsessively listening to the soundtrack. And I'm like, I'm not surprised. It's freaking amazing. So anyway, that's my new obsession along with crocheting. I crocheted all of this last night.
Holy crap.
So we're getting there. We're getting there.
That's crazy.
My hands are killing me and I have work today. So
love it.
Yeah.
You use your hands for, like, everything.
I do, yeah.
Massage, sign language, crochet.
Speaking of sign language.
Let's speak about it.
2 nights ago, I had a dream that was so vivid and so fully fledged. I had a full-blown conversation with this deaf woman, and it was real.
Is it a real person, or...
No, I have no idea who this person was. Her name was Adam. Yeah, I don't know.
Whoa!
Her name was...
Wait, I love that! Wait, Adam
with
or
2
girl?
M's. 2 M's. I don't know. I just remember her signing her name.
I don't know how I feel about the 2 M's, but what if we did 2 D's?
Yeah, I don't know. She signed her name. She spelled out her name, and it had 2 M's.
I love that.
Yeah.
Why am I so into that?
Her name was Adam, and my dream was like, there was like this kind of, what are they called? Not volunteer. Like a pickup softball game going on, and just anybody from around just
like
joining.
A club kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just, the dream picked up in the middle of this game being played, this like softball game. And I was on the sidelines, I guess coaching, and then I was yelling at the pitcher, because the pitcher was a grand total of 3 feet in front of the batter. And I'm like, you can't pitch from here, go back to the bat. What are you doing? So as I was yelling at the pitcher to get his ass back, the catcher was this deaf woman. Mm-hmm. I didn't know at the time that she was deaf. Like, I didn't know everybody on the field. I went back to the sidelines.
Dreams are so funny.
They're so weird. I went back to the sidelines, and then I saw the catcher turn to whoever the umpire was and sign something like, I don't want to do this anymore. And she got up, and then she started signing about wanting to find something. And so I signed to her. I was like, what are you looking for? She said, oh my gosh, you signed? I'm like, yeah, a little bit, yeah. And then we had a full-blown conversation. She was looking for a place in the country where she could go up and she could see the sunset and sunrise and everything. She wanted to be able to look out. And I'm like, oh, I know there's this hill.
How did that come up during the softball game?
I don't know. Well, it was because my hometown, the baseball fields, there was this hill next to the baseball fields that if you go up to the top, you can see out. And that's, I think, what I was thinking of. So I told her, I was like, yeah, if you don't mind walking all the way up this hill, you can see over all the entire town. It's beautiful up there, blah, blah, blah. We got to talking and just, introducing each other. And she wasn't familiar with the sign for New York. So I taught her that. And then we were talking about something about grandparents. But all of my signs were correct, other than, oddly enough, grandparents, grandma and grandpa, I signed with a G going across the forehead or the chin rather than like the open 5 hand.
That's super weird.
So that was really weird. And then also when I kept signing area, when I wanted to say like the area around here, and I kept doing the I love you sign instead, and instead of the open 5 hand. So those are the only 2 signs that I was signing wrong in my dream. But everything else, it was a full blown conversation and it was legitimate. It was so cool. It was so cool.
I love when that happens. I need to use sign language more. Like, do you ever, like, think of the sign for something before you think of the English word for something?
I think we talked about this before.
That happens to me all the time.
No. I'm not smart enough for that. I barely know English well
Fair
enough. But no, we do need to practice. We should do that.
I know, I need to practice.
This hook is cold and it's squeaking.
Rub it in your hair.
What?
When it squeaks, you're supposed to rub it in your hair, and the grease from your hair will make it smoother.
I just washed my hair.
Well, the hypothetical grease. Try it. I keep seeing TikToks about it.
You see TikToks about crochet hooks?
It comes up on my thing.
Interesting.
Let me know if it works.
Look how much of my blanket I got.
That's crazy. It's really cute. I
Look
really
how
like the colors.
look how wonky the edge is because I cannot keep it straight. That's what she said. Anywho, what else is new in your world?
I did not watch a single Christmas movie.
What?
Not a one.
I watched so many.
Is it working? Is it squeaking?
I haven't done enough to find out yet.
Gee, I don't know what this is. Did you watch Eloise?
We did watch Eloise.
Yes.
Fabulous as always. And then we did watch The Santa Claus and watched I'll Be Home for Christmas. Wait.
I don't know that one.
Is it I'll Be Home for Christmas? I'll Be Home. I don't know. It's with the famous kid who no longer acts. Oh, did I do one too many? I think I did one too many. No,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's Taylor Thomas. Taylor. I don't know. The kid from Tim the Tool Man Taylor. Home Improvement. He was in Home Improvement. He was the famous child actor. He was like the heartthrob of everybody. And then he disappeared off the face of the earth because he was like, this is a terrible industry.
Fair enough.
Whatever his face is. But yeah, I'll Be Home for Christmas. Either way, whatever Christmas movie. We watched that as well.
I actually went to the Plaza Hotel when I was in New York. I totally forgot to mention that last time we talked about it, but I was there.
Serious?
Yeah. I mean, they don't let you, go in. You kind of just get to, run around the spinning door, twice, and then you have to leave. But
did they actually film there?
Yeah.
Impressive.
But it's, a different... The part I was in, the actual lobby was different than the actual lobby in the movie. But I was there, and they had, Eloise paraphernalia there.
Oh, that's so cute.
It was very cute.
I didn't know it was big enough to be worth having paraphernalia.
Eloise at Christmas time? Are you kidding me?
No, I just thought it was an obscure... I thought it was more obscure than what I guess it called for. I don't know.
Oh my god, I pulled out a niche reference last night because my friend sent me a video of him drinking milk. And when I used to watch, Sesame Street, they would have, these little skits. And there's this dog drinking milk, but he's, in a human's t-shirt with human hands.
Ew.
And he goes, milk, 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 I want more milk. More milk. And it's it's a dog, but they you know what I mean? They have their arms through the sleeves.
Yeah.
And he's sitting at a table and he's drinking out of a glass of milk.
Do you remember Hermie?
Hermie?
Nobody, I think, was it a fever dream?
What's a Hermie?
A Hermie! Okay, so it was the same thing where somebody stands behind you, puts their arms through your arms, and they do the hand motions while you tell the story of Hermie. Hermie is, and I don't know what, but he comes along, and he says, I've come to eat your sister. And I said, no, don't do that. But he did, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried.
What?
The next day, Hermie came over, and he was this big. I said, Hermie, what happened to you? I've come to eat your brother. I said, no, don't do that. But he did, and I cried, and I cried. And it just goes on through the rest of your family. Hermie comes, eats your family members, and then the last round, he gets so huge, right? He's absolutely huge. And again, another person is doing the hand motions to show how big Hermie is getting. And then the last round and Hermie came out, and he was this big and real tiny. And I said, Hermie, what happened to you? He's like, I burped. Nobody knows Herbie.
That sounds like I work in a button factory. I forget how it goes. Hey, Joe, are you busy? I said no.
Dude.
So turn the wheel with your left hand.
Dude. There was
Hello?
this kid.
My name is Joe.
No.
I have a wife, dog, and a family.
So, our choir, our music program and everything went to Florida. Took a charter bus. So it's like 15 freaking hours in a charter bus with a bunch of other students who are gross.
That sounds like my worst nightmare.
It was a portal to hell. And the two kids sitting behind me and Ashley did the button factory on the back of our seats the whole time.
Oh my god.
The whole time.
That's terrible.
I loved it and hated it at the same time. I did. Because it was this kid who, I don't know, he was just joyful. I don't know. Maybe he was faking it or whatever, but he was just a joyful kid.
Ugh.
Shout out to Colby. I don't know. It was hard to be mad at him for anything ever. And so he did it the entire time. And I was like, it's Colby. God. I kind of can't be mad. He's just a fun kid. I don't know. But,
I loved stuff like that when I was a kid, though.
yeah, like the chants and the little...
I loved it.
We always would stand in the circle on recess and do, like, Little Sally Ryder.
I don't think.
Little Sally Ryder, she didn't know what to do, so she stopped her. She said, "Hey girl, do your thing, do your thing."
Yeah, that's different. That's kind of the same thing with you.
Like the little, I don't know. They were
How
very
did mine go when I
cultish.
did that?
Hey girl, do your thing, switch. Hey girl, do your thing, do your
I don't
thing,
know
switch.
how I did that one, but
Yeah, it was just all in a circle, and we would run around the circle, and then you would stop in front of somebody and do your like, I don't know what is it called, crumping. What's it
I
called?
saw a video of Miley Cyrus doing that recently, and oh my god, I didn't know. I wasn't around for that.
Wasn't that in All or Nothing?
I don't know what that is.
With Hayden Panettiere, make it or no, what's it called? All or in it? No, I forget. It was
You're
like one of
off
those.
Today.
I am very off today. No, it was one of those cheerleading movies with Hayden Panettiere, and then she moves to this school, this like inner city school or whatever, and she's trying to join the cheer team, and they do this. I think they called it crumping, and it was like this weird,
like twerking, but also
Yeah.
pumping your fists,
like chest twerking.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this?
Chest twerking.
It was chest twerking.
No, it's so accurate. It's like the worm, but standing up.
And that's what little Sally Ryder was. We would like
Oh my god.
crump. And I was like, what is this?
That word is making me laugh so hard. Oh my god. I never had a crumping era. I was not
Oh
doing
my
that.
god. It was
I
just
moved right into twerking.
it was just during little Sally Ryder, but like you know what also is really freaking weird?
What?
Have you ever thought about the fact that
Oh no.
or maybe I don't know how your schools did it. Oh, you didn't have school. Weren't
What?
you in school during COVID?
No.
No? Okay, never mind. Well,
Why is this a senior year thing?
no, like homecomings and proms and everything.
I went to homecomings and proms.
Was it just grinding for you?
See, I never saw that. People were not grinding at our dances. But also because there were like 14 teachers standing around the perimeter of the freaking gymnasium.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, my school did nothing but grind. And the
Oh
one
my
prom,
God.
I was like 14 or 15 when we went to prom. I went to prom with this guy, and I told him, I was like, I don't want to grind. That's not fun for me.
Right.
And he got so offended. He was just like, but that's what everybody does. Blah, blah,
I
blah.
never saw people doing that. I did grind on my girl best friend, and she took a video and said, when your little booty friend tries to, like, something, like, posted it on her story and was like, when your friend with a little booty is trying to grind on you, and I was like, oh.
I was like, it was so freaking weird because you have all these teachers standing around staring at these kids grinding up. We're literally dry humping in front of freaking teachers. And I will never forget. I was so grossed out. There was this one girl who she bent completely in half. And
God bless.
I mean, like, afterwards, I remember somebody saying, like, the whole point of grinding is to try to get your date to have an erection.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there are teachers!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
No, I was just, like, running around in circles and, like, getting everyone to dance to Come On Eileen, because I think that's the best song ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not grinding. Well, I also never went with anybody. I went to prom with people, but I did not really dance with them.
I wanted to go to my senior prom with my best friend. She did not want to go though, so I didn't go. Because I never got asked to dance. I got asked to my freshman homecoming by a guy that I had been not the right words. But at our 8th grade graduation party or something, I had been teasing him. I stole his hat, just goofing around and everything. And so freshman year comes around, homecoming comes, and he asked me. I think I mentioned it to a couple of my girlfriends. I was like, oh, I'd love for him to ask me. It was like so much fun. We hung out. 8th grade graduation to be fun, blah, blah. So he did ask me to homecoming freshman year. But I think he was kind of put up to it. And then I was never asked to, actually, that's a lie. I was asked to freshman prom by a junior.
What's freshman prom?
No, I was a freshman and I was asked to prom, which was only for juniors and seniors unless they asked an underclassman.
Gotcha.
I was asked as the backup plan because he found out that the date he was going with was just going to get to the dance, ditch him to be with her boyfriend who had been asked.
Oh, I think I've heard this story.
Yeah. So his date, she was an underclassman. So she had to be asked by an upperclassman. So she agreed to go with him. She had her boyfriend be asked by another upperclassman to go. They were going to meet up there and get together. When the guy who asked me found out that, he ditched her and asked me instead, just because I was conveniently sat next to him in art class. And I was like, pshaw, free ticket to freaking prom. Yeah, I'll go.
Pshaw.
So yeah, I got to go to prom as a freshman. And like I said, like he put up a stink about it because I was like, I don't want to grind. That's not, ew, like gross. And he got so mad. No, I shouldn't say that. He was just like, oh, what?
What do you mean?
And so I remember we got into like this big circle with a bunch of our, like the group of friends that we went to, and we went, son of a beanstalk, I can't talk today. There was a big group of us like in a circle and we were kind of dancing, whatever, and he was like, this is so boring, blah, 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 and I was like, fine. And I finally just started like actually dancing with him, and I was like, this is so freaking weird, like, ew. But yeah. And then he tried to kiss me and I was like, ew, no, don't.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Stand back.
I was like 14 freaking years old. Back off. And it was just because he wanted to sleep with me. Again, 14! Gross, dude.
Isn't that weird? Like, I feel like people felt so grown up at that age, and now it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
We were children.
Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you do for New Year's?
Nothing. No.
Same.
Me and Kendra went to grab dinner. There was a hockey game on, so we went to Copper Top, and I asked the waitress if we could change the one TV from football to hockey. Mm-hmm. And so we did that. And nice. I talked to Kendra. We had dinner. I watched a little bit of the game. I went home to finish watching the game as I crocheted. And then I read a little bit on my phone, looked at the clock. It was 12:14. I was like, okay.
It was 12:14.
It was 12:14. I wished myself a Happy New Year and I went to bed.
Happy New Year to me.
I did.
Oh my god. I love Copper Top, but that's where I got those freaking noodles that...
the bubble guts.
The bubble gut
The
noodles.
bubble gut
They're
noodles.
so good, though. I want them.
I think I need to make it a rule that I don't go to eat anywhere twice anymore.
What?
There's too many places to eat at the same place.
Oh, I went to Strong Hearts.
Period? Is that the end of the... Continue.
It was good.
Okay.
Just wanted to let you know. Because you recommended it to me.
Did I?
Yeah, a while ago.
Well, the place is vegan.
Yeah. Which...
I might have to disown you if you ever become vegan.
I couldn't.
The inconvenience of that is not okay for me. I'm entirely too selfish to have a vegan friend. So, don't.
I don't plan on it.
Okay, cool.
It would be too hard. I love cheese. And everything has dairy. Like, everything.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do it. It's impossible.
Yeah. No, I don't. No, I was listening to the Basement Mirror this morning, and Greg was like, I don't eat cheese. Oh my god. Anyway,
I think, though, I need, like, ramen. I need to, like, allow myself powdered chicken.
I thought you were going to say rum. I was like, agreed.
Rum?
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Why is the rum always cold? I don't know why I said that, considering that I don't drink.
Me neither.
Oh, that's another thing I had in my dream. So, I think everybody at this point knows that I don't drink. And it's not because I'm against it or that I'm, what's the straight edge, whatever. It's not that. It's simply because I do not like the taste of alcohol. I've never, or if I do find an alcoholic drink, it's probably like a wine cooler that's so sugary that it makes me sick.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I got the weird guts, man. Alcohol makes my stomach and my intestines
it gives
hurt.
me diarrhea.
Oh my god, it makes my stomach hurt and feels like a rock is sitting in my stomach. So I'm like, why would I want to drink and be miserable? No, thank you.
Yeah.
But I did have a dream where my brother, for some reason, was like peer pressuring me to drink, and I went off, and I was just like, do you want to clean up the shit when I, like, what do you want from me? I'm not drinking. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I was like, I forget. I was like, I got the IBS.
Do you for real have IBS?
I've never been diagnosed.
We
or
think
anything.
so, though.
I don't go to the doctor, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a problem.
We got a water pick for Christmas.
I want one of those.
It's great.
Yeah,
It feels good. It's pleasant.
that's what she
Although
said.
I keep forgetting to turn it off before I take it out of my mouth. It's so not intuitive.
Shit.
I keep spraying it all over the wall, but what?
I did the wrong one. Hold on. I have to mentally backtrack. Hold
Don't worry,
on.
we'll just wait. She's crocheting.
Wait, I forget which stitch I was doing. Oh no.
While you're doing that, I'll give a little update on my stair mishap. I fell down the stairs 3 weeks ago tomorrow. Is it
Was
only
it that
3
long
weeks
ago?
Yeah, 3 weeks ago. There's a bump, and I think I will have it forever
Nice.
on my arm.
I pricked my thumb with a thorn years back, and it's still, there's like a little...
It's in there?
No, but the skin
The
is
scar
like a
tissue?
hard bump. Yeah.
Gross.
And it drives me nuts. I cannot believe I've done this to myself. I can't remember what
Unravel the whole
stitch. No, it was just this one little row. Okay, so I did half double here, which means I'm doing a single here. I'm an idiot! Alright, folks, we're back in business.
What'd you get for Christmas?
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Dude, I'm gonna cry.
Okay.
Okay, so, do you remember? Of course you do, because everything I say is so important.
Well, I do remember everything you say.
I don't.
You forget if you were even with me when something happened.
Tis true. So no, me and Natalie went to that hockey game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, yes, this is your Instagram post that I saw?
yes.
Go ahead.
So me and Natalie went to the hockey game, and while we were there, across the boards, it came up. I almost did the wrong stitch again. I'm gonna poke myself in the eye with a freaking hook. Anyway, across the boards came up the information to buy the warm-up pucks, but I didn't catch it in time. So I was like, okay, no big deal. We'll go afterwards to the store to see if we can, I don't know, whatever. But then, of course, I kind of forget all the time that after a game, it's a mad rush.
Yeah.
There is no getting through that crowd. So I was like, okay, I'll check online later. It's not online. Nothing's coming up. And I should have kind of prepared myself for that, considering the fact that there are a very limited amount of those warm-up pucks, obviously. So it's really first come, first serve, and of course they're going to sell out. But I had been prepared to probably stock eBay, to probably spend buku bucks on it, but I was kind of giving up hope on ever getting this warm-up puck from my very first NHL game. But lo and behold, freaking Pete Fratesky, oh my god, he went above and beyond. Huh?
I said drop first and last.
He deserves all the shout-outs, so I hope he doesn't mind. But a week before I left for Ohio, I wasn't going to be at church the next time, so he gave it to me early, but he gave me a little gift bag, and he said, don't open it until Christmas. I'll know if you do. And I'm thinking he's kidding. He wasn't kidding, because you can't open something like that and not immediately call them. So yeah, I waited till Christmas, and then we had our Christmas on Christmas Eve, because that's when my nephew was with us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had my own little personal Christmas morning. I opened up what he got me, and lo and behold, there it was. The warm-up puck.
That's
sobbed.
so awesome.
I sobbed. full-blown sobbed to the point where I had, like, curl up in my mom's arms and just bawl.
How'd they get it?
He said he had to hunt through eBay.
Wow.
He had to track it down, and he had to jump through hoops, and he had to pay a fortune for it.
Wow.
I know he did because he bought Natalie, who has a tiny little apartment. He bought her a TV.
Whoa.
And he was like, yeah, they were the same price. So I'm like,
oh my god.
But yeah, he went above and beyond, and he got me that puck, and I did. I sobbed. It was incredible.
That's amazing.
Because it's so much more than a puck.
Yeah.
It really is. These are friends of ours who were it was technically our English. It was our landlord's son.
Mm-hmm.
But he was more active in taking care of the property because our actual landlord was on an age. And just good family friend at first. We got to know him, and even though he is technically, like, old enough to be both me and Natalie's dad, he is, like, best friend.
Mm-hmm.
We go out to dinner with him, his wife, and daughter, just hang out with them just on just random occasions, just hanging out. He is such a genuine friend. And so him getting me that puck just kind of put into perspective what a true, amazing, God-given friend this person is. And I cannot thank him enough. I was just like, and I have yet to thank him in person because they skedaddle from church way too quickly. So but it's fine. I'll get together with them for dinner or something. But yeah.
That's really cool.
What'd you get? Anything good?
My work friends got me a freaking Nintendo Switch.
What?
Which I also sobbed because I was not expecting it at all.
That is so cool.
It was so cool. Like, okay, so here's how they played it off. So, they stopped in one Saturday while I was working because they were in town together, and they were like, oh, we're going to Target, we're going to get something for another friend of ours who plays chess. We're going to get him a chessboard.
Oh, I love chess.
So, they grab him a chessboard, and one of the two comes up to me and is like, you know that chessboard that we got for so-and-so? I actually got it for the friend that we went together to get it, so we picked out one that he would like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, that's so exciting, like, that's so funny. And so we're working one night, and he comes up, and he's like, I'm gonna give him the chessboard now. I'm like, okay, sick. So they literally put on this whole act of, like, you remember how we got that chessboard together for our other friend? Well, it's actually for you. And he was like, oh, man, that's so... And then he literally turns to me, and he goes, this is actually for you. And I was like... What? I was like, is this a chessboard? And they're like, no. And I was like, because we did Secret Santa at work, I was like, was this for Secret Santa? And they're like, no. And I was like, you guys got me something? I like started crying. I was like, why would you do that? And I opened it up, and it was a Nintendo Switch. I was like, oh my god. I was literally sobbing because I just had such a moment of like, why would you do something so nice?
These are like those high school kids. Yes. Yeah. Oh my god, that's so cute.
I was like,
you're like their work mom kind of thing or something.
Probably.
Like, they can't not get their mom something.
But it was too nice. Like, I just couldn't even wrap my head around it. I was like, you guys, why did you even think of me like that? It's so weird.
That is so cute.
But they got me Animal Crossing, and they got me the freaking Switch, and I was just like, oh my god, eternally grateful.
That's so cool.
It's so cool.
Work friends are a different breed.
Yeah.
You know, they just have a special place in your heart, and I will never forget some of the work friends that I had from Barnes & Noble. Shout out to Maddie. I follow her on Facebook, and she's got triplets now and everything.
Whoa.
She's living her best life and stuff. I'm like, I wish I still, you know, I'm really bad at keeping in contact and everything, but like I kind of keep up with what she's got going on, and I just she's such a good friend. She was the friend who put me onto 21 Pilots.
Whoa.
Changed my life, man. So work friends are a new breed. So
for sure,
gotta have them.
It was crazy. Well, I was just like, you know, we goof around, like we go on little outings, whatever. I'm always threatening to cut their balls off if they don't behave, and it's like, oh, they actually care about me? What? That's crazy. Why would anyone do that? But
it's too cool.
It was super sweet. So I still have to get into it. I started playing Animal Crossing, and I want to get like a little, either like a skin for it or like a case or something, and start customizing it. So I'm super excited.
Oh, that's too cool. You suck. You didn't get them anything, did you?
No. I didn't, and I feel bad. But then they were both like, well, they didn't say this because I didn't get them anything, but they were just talking about, like, oh, we love giving gifts. I hate getting them. Like, so awkward. And I'm like, okay, good, because I didn't get you anything.
Yeah.
But I will keep them in mind now. Like, I'll probably get them something, but it'll be unrelated to Christmas.
Because that's what I was saying. Like, that's the problem with Christmas is like, oh, it becomes an obligation, and I'm like, no, they wanted to get you that. Just let them get that. Nope. God, I'm the worst person ever.
Why?
I say things and I could just hear myself being the worst.
No,
that was awful.
Well, I don't know. Cut me a slack. I'm a broke college student. I'll work on it.
My mom loved all her glasses.
Oh, good.
So I don't know if I talked about it on here, but yeah. So for people who don't know, my mom needs reading glasses, and every time she talks to me on the phone, she's like, "Where are my glasses? Where are my glasses?" And so I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna be a smartass, and I'm just gonna get her a butt ton of freaking reading glasses. And I did it, and I got her 3 separate packages of like 3 each. But they were different shapes and sizes packages.
Yeah.
And I wrapped them all, so it looked like she got a bunch of different things, but she just kept opening all these glasses, and it made her laugh. And then I actually got her a couple other legitimate things, and one she was really excited about, so that was cool.
Nice.
But it was quite funny just watching her continue opening glasses.
Oh my god, it's 4 glasses. That's so funny. Okay, I'll say something.
Ew.
Maybe this will be controversial. Okay, I don't have to say anything.
I mean, I guess it's a podcast, so you might as well.
I'm a little bit upset, but it's okay. So you know when we went together and I got my mom those sneakers?
Yeah? She didn't like them?
She'd been saying, like, oh, my sneakers are so old, and she really likes the ones that I wear because they're, like, that mesh material. It's, like, I don't know, like, super breathable, like, on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She'd been saying how much she likes mine and how she needs new sneakers. Her sneakers are so old. They're older than me, da-da-da. Well, I get home after I get her those sneakers with you, and she's like, oh my god, look at these sneakers I bought myself today. She bought herself these sneakers, and I'm like, whatever. They were more like dress sneakers, you know what I mean? They weren't like super comfortable, like stand all day in them sneakers. They were like, I don't know how else to say it, but like dress sneakers.
Yeah. Like
little like Converse looking somethings. So I'm like, okay, like she'll still like them. Well, believe it or not, I don't know how this is possible, but she's a 6 and not a 6.5. I don't know why I got it in my head that she was a 6.5, but she's a size 6. So she's like, that's okay, I'll exchange them for the right size, da-da-da. Well, she ended up exchanging the sneakers for, I don't know if you saw it, but we have this like little shelf now on the kitchen counter for like fruits.
I didn't see it, but I'll have to look at it
She got this shelf, and she's like, oh, look what I exchanged it for, this shelf, don't you love it, da-da-da. And so she keeps being like, I love my new sneakers, meaning the shelf. And I'm like, yeah, that's really the thought that freaking counts, bro. Holy crap. Like, I just feel a certain way about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have just gotten her, like, a gift card if she would have just, like, if she was just gonna go pick out what she likes with the money, you know what I mean? Like, I had thought to get her sneakers because she had been wanting sneakers. And they were, like, Skechers, like, foam, super comfortable, whatever else, because she's a teacher's age, stands all day long.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I love my new sneakers. She's talking about the shelf that she had put bananas on. I'm like,
yeah. No, I can understand feeling a certain kind of way about that.
I'm glad that she likes the shelf a lot more, but also I'm like, why did I even bother?
Yeah. Yeah, that's dick move, Mom.
It's okay. She likes her little shelf. That's what's important.
Yeah.
But
well, that's why I'm like, I think we talked about it. Having to fake your reactions.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever gotten anything that that's not true. But from like my mom, because my dad doesn't buy anything, it's always my mom buying the gifts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I've ever gotten anything from my mom that I don't like. I mean, there's always, like, the silly little goofy stuff, but it's, like, cute, and it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But no, anyway, I'm thinking about too many things at once. But,
Okay.
no, the point I'm trying to say is kind of, you have to fake it. If you don't like something, you have to kind of fake it, or that you have to kind of accept how another person reacts to something that you get. I'm like, I don't want to know if you like it or not, because I'd be too self-conscious, and I just don't like it. I don't like everything that comes along with gift giving.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
it is a really good feeling when someone really likes what you got them.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm like, I would much rather wait to find like a really good sentimental or something very useful. My mom, God bless her, she just loves buying us stuff. She loves having us have something to open.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I also feel really bad, because as I'm like I said, I'm pathetic and I'm sobbing into her arms about this stinking puck. But it is something that it was a memory, it was a memento, it's just a very impactful moment in my life. You know, I'm obsessed with hockey, and so having that memento and that memory, for him to go out of his way to get me that, and I'm sobbing, and I kept telling my mom, like, I don't want to seem ungrateful for the things that you got me. I don't want it to make it sound like one is more important. She's like, honey, I understand, but I'm like, but I'm such a horrible person by making a big deal out of one and not the rest. But when it's just stuff, when it's just stuff, it's just stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't have like the capacity to pretend to be overwhelmingly excited about just stuff.
Right.
So when one thing that is super impactful does come along, and it's just like, holy frick, I can't contain myself. But yeah, I'm like, you kind of went out of your way to find something that you knew she wanted, and then it was just kind of thrown back in your face a little bit. Not that was her intention by any means,
No,
but like,
it's totally okay.
Like, okay, why didn't you say you wanted a shelf instead? I would have got that. Jeez. But no, that actually was one of the things that I was really excited about, because when my mom, I think I mentioned it, that when my mom was up here, she had to work on her Bible lesson that she had to present, and then my aunt had a comparative Bible with like 4 different versions, side by side comparison, and she was looking at it. She's like, "Oh, this is so cool! I didn't know they had this." Blah blah blah, and I was like, "Great, perfect gift idea." So I got her that, and she was really excited about that.
That's awesome.
But yeah, when people just tell you straight up when they want something, it makes life pretty easy, and then you get the joy of being able to fulfill their desire or something.
Totally.
But then apparently not, and you just get a shelf anyway.
Yeah. Whatever, dude.
Enjoy your bananas.
It was literally the same day that she came home and was like, "Look at these sneakers." I'm like, okay. All right. Why? But no offense, but why would you get yourself something right before Christmas?
Yeah. Well, if you vocalize the fact that you wanted something to other people, you don't get to buy yourself that.
Maybe she thought that hadn't vocalized that.
Maybe.
Or that I hadn't picked up on it.
Yeah.
Or maybe she just was in desperate need of sneakers on Christmas break, but whatever.
Yeah.
We overcome.
Well, that's kind of another thing about... it is past Christmas. We gotta move on. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. It's like a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like 2 weeks after Christmas now.
People are probably done with this freaking holiday. Holy frick.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because I literally just forgot what I was gonna say.
Do you have
But we're talking about Christmas mail.
Yeah. Okay.
But Christmas. But that's the thing. I'm like, I don't want to wait until Christmas for the things that I do need. Because if I vocalize like I need something, I don't want to wait.
No, I am so quick to buy myself whatever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Like, I'm an adult now. If I need something, I'm just going to buy it. And then it's always, like, the little things that I don't want to buy, or I don't want to waste my money on. That's what I tell my mom. Like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Like, I got my little cow eraser. My Iwako.
Yay!
My cow eraser. And I texted my
amazing.
mom. I told her specifically. I was like, she was like, okay, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, okay, it's Iwako. Iwako, and she's writing it down in her phone. And I'm like, if you go to Amazon, you'll see that you can't buy it specifically. You have to buy the package of this, blah, 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 blah. Giving her all the directions to get her directly to what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, okay, I'll work on that. And I'm like, I know what I'm getting, and I'm totally fine with that.
I can't trust my mom with Amazon.
No.
My mom one time ordered like 2 of everything in her cart.
Whoops.
We had like 2 freaking lemon squeezers for no reason. Yeah, she doesn't handle any of that.
I got a couple gift cards for Amazon, but I use my aunt's account or my family's account. And the problem is we're all on one account and you can't enter in gift cards separately. It all pools into one gift card account kind of thing.
Oh.
And so we all have different gift cards and we all have to keep track of, I haven't entered in my gift cards yet because I don't have the amount of, I don't have enough stuff to finish off the gift card in one go.
Right.
And so if I left it pooled in the gift card pile, I'm not willing to share. Like someone else might end up using my money. No, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, Amazon, work on that. There should be separate accounts for gift cards or whatever, different slots for gift cards.
Last time I tried to use an Amazon gift card, there was it went a little bit over because of like tax or whatever, or the shipping. And I wanted to then use like my card to cover the rest, and I could not figure out how to do it.
Really?
I just kept saying like the
Insufficient funds.
The gift card was my main payment, and then it's like finish transaction, and then it's like, oh, we can't. And I'm like, I know, it's too much. I'm trying to put my card in.
That's really dumb. Because
Maybe
then what if you take an item out and then you don't have enough to finish the gift card?
What
so
do
you
you
just lose it? Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm probably stupid though. There's probably a way to do it.
Yeah, probably. Actually, not probably. It's a definite.
Definitely stupid. Yeah, I have an Amazon gift card. I was trying to find, like, what do they call it? They have a bunch of stuff for the Nintendo Switch where it's like, it'll come with like a case for like the whole thing, and like a skin like thing and little things put on the buttons. And I want a green one because obviously, but all the greens that they have are like neon green and they all suck.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the buttons are like paws, and I'm like, I'm not into that.
Yeah.
So I'm on the hunt.
Yeah, you're the runner that I said I was going to make you. That's going to be a hold for a while.
You don't have to do it at all.
Well, I have all that yarn that I can't do anything with right now.
Oh my god, don't ever try to return something to Hobby Lobby. It will be your worst freaking nightmare.
Why?
Because I had to return something to Hobby Lobby. And because I got something for Secret Santa. Oh, I can say it now because I already got it. But my coworker who I had for Secret Santa, she's super into like sparkles and like bling and like pink and stuff. And so I got her these little like pink sparkly, like a sticker ring to put around like a push to start in your car. Because I got her like these little sparkly coaster things for the car.
Oh, I love
cup
those.
Holders.
My mom got me one of them. It says maybe swearing will help.
So I got her like these stickers to put around the push to start button, and then I'm like, oh duh, she probably doesn't have a push to start button because I knew she was like an older car. So I went to return them and I was gonna get her something else. And I was such a pain in the butt. And I held up a line of like 20 people and I wanted to kill myself. Because the guy didn't know how to do it, so we had to call someone else. We're waiting for someone else. The other person comes out. They didn't know how to do it. They got to figure it out. They had to do it in two separate... I had two things. I had to do it in two separate transactions. They forgot about the other one. They had to get my driver's license. Oh my god. They didn't have the right change. They got to open new change. It's holding up the whole line, and I was just like...
Well, there is a separate line. The line you were in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so everyone else needs to go to a normal line.
There wasn't another one until like maybe halfway or 3/4 of the way through the process that someone else came up to the other register.
Oh my gosh. But there's nothing worse. I hate when there are people behind you waiting and then you're fumbling around with your purse, you're trying to put your change back in your wallet or something like that, and I just feel pressured to get out of the way. And I'll never forget. You know what? COVID was a blessing in the one fact that the whole 6 feet apart thing, that should have never died. We need
oh my God.
6 feet apart needs to be a forever implementation.
I was in Michael's a few weeks ago whenever I was like texting you that they had the cream savers there or whatever. Some lady behind me in line was standing so far up my butt. I could feel her breathing, and I was texting my mom about her. I'm like, the lady behind me in line is so far up my butt. And I literally, she could probably see it. She was standing so close to me. And I think it's because she asked me about I had a few like little Christmas ornaments. She might have been looking at them and then she ended up asking me about them. So maybe that's why she was staying so close to me, but I was just like,
No.
oh my god, are you trying to cut? Like, what are you trying to do?
I would have, like, held my phone up and hoped that she saw it. Like,
the woman behind me is standing so far up my butt.
Yeah.
She really was, though. I was, like, scared. I was
Well,
like, did I cut her? And I'm like, what's going on here?
Well, it happened to me at the Barnes & Noble cafe. I just ordered. I put my wallet and everything away. I took half a step back away from the counter and ran into the person behind me. Dude, everybody knows you're next. Back the frick off before you catch an elbow. I cannot stand it. I'm like, people are breathing down, and it happens all the time at Barnes & Noble. I should probably... No, I need to stop going to the cafe because it happens all too often. They're standing on top of you as if nobody can see that they are next in line. Like, folks, my God. Yeah, the whole 6 feet apart was such a freaking blessing. And I really wish people still adhered to that.
There's something just that I hate about Americans in a line.
Yeah.
I just hate it.
I saw one of those posts about in England or something, that the lines, like the tape, the stand, the line, the tape, the thing that show the line and the son of a beanstalk.
Like the little
dividers.
The seatbelt looking dividers
Thank you.
Create a little...
That's it.
Swirly line.
There was a place that those were not there, or the line had surpassed where they ended, and people formed the snaking line.
Whoa.
And were able to do... And I'm like, in America, it would have been a freaking free-for-all. It would just... Yeah. No, I can't stand that. Going back to the fact that people also here do not know how to drive, or how to take turns, or do the zipper merge. Folks, it's just not that hard. You are causing more problems than you're helping. And you cut somebody off and you got a grand total of a single car ahead of where you were. Congratulations.
It makes me so mad.
Oh my God. It's like, people like that are the bane of my existence.
I hate when people pass me and then end up braking.
Yeah. Or like zip past you and then we are at the same red light. It's like,
oh,
you got so
good
far.
To see you.
You got so far. Congratulations.
So stupid.
You raging douchebag. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on a roll now.
Good for you.
Oh my God. I've been so freaking busy. I actually, like I said, I was listening to the episode that's coming out today.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess when this comes out, it'll be last week. Whatever. Doesn't matter. And I had mentioned the fact that I needed to actually reprioritize my time to be able to work on getting the videos and stuff out.
I don't know if you saw, but I posted our first episode on YouTube.
What?
Before I left for my trip, I was like, I just want to see how this goes. It takes a while to download it to the computer and then upload it to YouTube.
What did you upload?
It's just a still image, but the episode's on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I should probably add, like, hashtags and stuff.
Well,
I'm gonna work on getting up there.
Yeah.
For people who maybe don't use, like, Spotify or whatever.
Should we... because, like I said, I can work on getting some kind of video out there, but it's gonna take a hot... Should we just upload the still image of the episode?
I think I should do all of them still image, and then maybe
go back once I have them videoed.
Just so that they're up there.
Something. Or do all the episodes that we have out now, the still, and then I start fresh with the videos.
Whatever you want to do.
I don't want to do 30 episodes.
Don't do any of it then. We don't have to do any of it. But I do have, my resolution is to get to a milestone of like 1,000 somethings.
Did I start doing 3 again? No, we're good. We're good. Say again?
I want us to hit either like 1,000 like listens or like 1,000. Like I want to reach 1,000 like of something.
Girl, we have 30 episodes. We have a grand total of like 225 listens.
Hey, that's all right. That's my resolution. I posted on Yik Yak that people should listen. I don't think anybody did.
I posted something on a Facebook group page that I was on.
Ooh.
Just like a quick... She was... The administrator of it was just like, what did you do in 2023 that you're really proud of? And I'm like, I graduated with an associate's degree in American Sign Language and started a podcast. I shouted us out. I don't think it garnered any traffic.
I think I'm going to start... I want to, like, order stickers, but that's so expensive.
Yeah.
But I would love to put, like, stickers on, like, lampposts and stuff.
Well, I think you should. I think it'd be worth the money. I will chip in for that because your artwork is so good.
Oh, I was thinking about
deserves
that, actually.
stickers.
Should I add a microphone between us? I was thinking about this.
Yes.
To make it clear that it's a podcast.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
I think that'd be so cute.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make it one of those, like, old-fashioned metal...
Like, with the, like, ridges.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
My nose is really gross.
Mine is running, and it's honestly burning. You know, like, when you wipe your nose too much and it starts to burn?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're so gross.
Yeah, we are.
Did I talk about the fact that I saw me and my cousin when we were at the beach? My cousin Tiffany. We looked over at the group that was beside us on the beach. This guy was digging for gold, man. He was digging. And then the problem
you
is,
can't do that in public.
grown-ass adult.
Oh,
Guess what he
God.
did?
No. No.
Yeah. He ate his booger.
No! What is with that? I've never done that. I've never had even the thought to... I could gag right now. That makes me feel so sick and disgusted.
I saw a kid at I think we were at Kennywood or something, and he also was digging and eating.
Oh my God, why?
And then I watched him, he was like picking his nose, he ate it, and then I watched him grab the railing, and I immediately took my hands completely off the railing.
Oh God.
And I'm like, I'm not trying to judge people for their gross things, because I'm a gross human being, as we know from me.
We're gross. We talk about poop. Whatever.
Oh my God, it's a
That's
problem.
Disgusting. I hate boogers.
I'm like, if you're gonna do something gross, try not to get caught at least. Like, god dang.
True. True.
Oh man.
Wow, that's so gross.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that Seinfeld episode.
He didn't even try to hide it either. Wait, what Seinfeld episode?
He's like driving in his car and he's like itching the side of his nose and he pulls up next to like some girl that he knows or something and it looks like he's fully picking his nose.
Yep. No, I remember driving down, doesn't matter where. I was with my aunt and cousin, and we looked beside us in traffic at the light, and this woman was popping her dentures out and popping them back in.
Oh my God.
Oh man, people don't realize that windows are see-through, and you can see in and out.
Yeah, I'm like that though.
What, you kind of get your own bubble?
See me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I love when I see someone just like singing their head off or something.
I always assume that I'm being stared at all the time.
That's smart, because you probably are.
I'm extremely self-conscious and extremely self-aware to the point where I'm like, somebody is watching me right now.
You squeaking again?
I'm squeaking a little bit, yeah.
Did it work when you rubbed it in your hair?
Yeah.
Wow.
Am I a grease ball?
No, I think it's just like the oils, like natural oils.
Can you hear the squeaking from all the way over there?
A little bit.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
It's like, eek, eek.
Yeah, these loops are a little bit tight.
That's so funny. Oh my God, I wonder if I'm gonna need dentures when I'm old.
Losing my teeth and my hair are like
A fear.
a couple of the biggest fears I have. Ow, I'm pulling my own hair. Ow. What time are we at?
I don't even know.
1:08. We're
Oh
okay.
wow.
We're
I wonder if
okay.
I'm gonna need dentures.
I want my hair to be white.
I can't wait.
I cannot wait.
Have you seen that chick on TikTok? She's like in her 30s, but for whatever reason, she started going gray super early.
Oh, so lucky.
She's gorgeous. It looks so
oh,
cool.
so lucky.
Yeah, I can't wait. I hope I still have like a good amount of hair though, because if your hair is really thin and it's white, you can kind of see your scalp.
Yeah.
Not the greatest
that.
look. But if I have thick hair and I'm gray or white, I can't wait.
I cannot wait.
I can't wait.
I got real excited. My only thing is that gray hair definitely has a different kind of texture to it.
Were we just talking about this?
Were we?
I was
I
talking
don't-
about this with somebody.
Don't ask me. I don't remember.
It has totally a different texture.
And so that's the only thing I was like, I'm going to have to like relearn how to take care of a different textured hair.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought you were going to have an answer for me for some reason.
If I had an answer for you, it would be an answer that I pull
That's so
straight out of my
funny.
ass.
The pigmentation causes a different density.
I was going to think of something about like the hair follicle
The follicle
changes in
Remember when I had such a hard time with that word? Follicule?
follicle.
That's terrible.
You are dumb. You are really dumb.
Oh God, my neck.
My neck, my back. We're not going to do that.
Let's not. Let's save that for next week.
Let's save that for Patreon.
Oh, good. We should make a Patreon.
We don't have enough content for what we have now. What are you talking about in a Patreon? Dear Lord.
No, let's not have a Patreon. Oh, I was thinking about this while I was in the shower this morning.
Sexy.
No.
What?
We might lose a sponsor because of what I'm about to say, but have you ever tried Liquid IV?
No.
It sucks. It's so bad. I tried it like months ago, but I just remember it being super salty.
Ew.
Like really salty.
Ew. I'm good with good old-fashioned water.
Yeah, I need to look into a new filter.
Well, actually,
Filter
I
system.
saw that it's better just plain water to put a little bit of salt in it.
Yeah, I do know that. That helps you absorb it more or whatever. It helps you be hydrated, but it was really salty. Did you do it again?
I hope I'm doing the right, Stitch.
I have no idea what you're up to.
We're gonna
over
just continue on this pattern and hope for the best.
there. But yeah, I didn't like it. Sorry, Liquid IV, if you were thinking about reaching out to us.
I highly doubt that.
Oh my god, I was wheezing. Okay, do you ever like see something late at night and it makes you laugh way harder than it would? In
Yes.
The
The
morning?
fact that I sent you the bread.
Oh, I saw that. I did see that.
I was dying. It was like midnight.
TikTok comments make me laugh so hard. So do you know what, like,
yes.
8D audio is or whatever? Like when people make take a song and make it 8D or whatever.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So when people make it quote unquote 8D audio, it's like they'll take a song and they'll break it up so that like some parts of it are on each ear like separately and it kind of goes back and forth and it's like the higher quality or something. It's called 8D audio. Someone came up with my For You page, and the first comment was, I can feel this in my kidneys. The second comment was, it feels like I'm being 3D printed. And I was wheezing and I had to call my sister in and be like, it feels like I'm being 3D printed. What does that mean? And all the comments under it was like, oh my god, exactly, you're so right.
Oh shoot, that's funny.
I love it.
I like
I need to start saying that.
I like the TikTok creators that go around and find the comments for you, so I don't have to. They just do whole videos of the new the good comments. Oh my
I love
god,
that.
there is. I forget. Oh yeah, this is so interesting, but I forget which video it was. But I had to send it to multiple people just because of the comments. The video itself wasn't even funny, but it was the comments that had me dying.
I love comments.
Oh my god.
I've never left a good comment.
I left one at one point.
A funny one?
Yeah, I got a couple good reactions out of it.
That's good.
I forget what it was. Again, so thrilling. I hate listening to myself talk half the time.
No, I love
I'll
it.
say like the beginning of something and I'm like, oh yeah, because I know what I'm talking about in my head,
Yeah.
but it doesn't come across in podcasts, so I'm like, why the frick am I doing this?
I think
my
that's
God.
the point. I think that's why we're here. I think. I don't really know.
I don't know. What is the meaning of life?
I don't even.
I don't know. We will discover it on this podcast. That's for damn sure.
In this essay, have you found a coat?
A tote?
A coat.
No.
Oh.
No coat for me.
I've been keeping my eye out for you.
Oh, I appreciate that. No, I saw one that was real nice online. It was supposed to support wolves or something. Every coat you buy protects a wolf. And I really liked the shape of the coat and everything, but I don't buy clothes without trying them on, unless they're from Amazon where it's an easy return.
Mm-hmm.
But Amazon is really pissing me off.
Yeah?
Screw Amazon, dude.
What happened?
So, I saw this on TikTok, so of course it's true.
Hmm.
Actually, no, I 100% believe this. So, Amazon being the monopoly, basically, that it is becoming, it will lower the prices of a lot of things to overcompete with other sellers on things, run other companies out of business, and then they will then jack up the prices of the things that they dropped so low just to be the one and only seller of it. The TikTok that I saw was this woman comparing, it was comparative of books. The reason Amazon sells books so freaking cheap is because they're competing with larger sellers like Barnes & Nobles or even independent booksellers and everything that have to have their books a little bit more pricey because they have costs to cover.
Mm-hmm.
So Amazon drops everything real low to try and run them out of business, become the only seller of it, where once they do that, then they jack the prices back up to ridiculous nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And it really, really pisses me off because bookstores are really going by the wayside. Mm-hmm. And that is a place that I am very content and very happy. It is my personal time, you know? And so when these bookstores are going to run out of business, I mean, they did it to Borders, they did it to Walden's. Those are no longer in existence because they were not able to compete with these, you know, monopoly companies. And then the person that was doing the TikTok compared it also to diapers. There was diapers.com that had really good brands of diapers at decent regular costs, but Amazon dropped their prices so unbelievably low that people could not compete with that. And they even dropped them so low as to take I think they said $200 million loss. Wow. Just to run other companies out of business. Then once they actually lost business and went under, diapers are back up at regular cost.
Right.
So this is not the first time it's happened. This is not the only product that it's happened with. And it is just absolutely disgusting to me that they say monopolies are supposed to be illegal, and yet we are funding the most monopolized company there is.
Right.
And I'm not going to lie. I do it. The convenience of Amazon is really hard to argue with for someone who detests shopping as much as I do. I like having it come right to me and be able to easily return it. I can't really argue with that. But unfortunately, it's just, I don't know, it's just really, really disgusting. And I think I'm going to have to, try to convince myself out of using Amazon as much. Because I just don't agree with that kind of bullshit. It really, really bothers me. So, and then I see on Amazon they use like the little tag that says small business, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm supporting a small business. Well, how about instead of going through Amazon to support a small business that is taking a lot of the commission probably, why don't I just find the actual business and go right through them?
Yeah.
So, but again, it's just, we've become such a instant gratification type of mentality that you can't also argue with the prime shipping of 2 days, you know. I bought something through a different company, and it took like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
To the point where I bought it in plenty of time, I thought, to get before Christmas, and I didn't have it in time, and I was really freaking annoyed. Had I got it through Amazon, I would have had it the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's stuff like that is just, it's really freaking frustrating. So, we don't need to get me on another capitalism rant, though. Look how wonky that edge is.
She's a little wonky.
She's a little wonky.
She's cute.
Very soft. Whatever.
What is it called when they, like,
that's really
get
wonky.
It wet and then pin it up, like, blocking it or whatever?
What?
I don't know if it's, like, a knitting or a crochet thing or if it's both, but you, like, soak it and then you put it on a board and, like, pin it so that it dries, like, straight. And it kind of, like, the fibers, like, kind of stretch and, like, I don't know. You have to look more into that.
What you're talking about.
I don't know either, but I did an ancestry thing.
Yeah.
Do we want to make any predictions?
It's bullshit. What?
What?
I'm sorry, you do know that it's bullshit, right?
No, I didn't know.
It's bullshit, I'm sorry. Okay, what'd you get?
No, I haven't done it. I have to send it in still.
Oh. Okay. I think
Wait, why is it BS?
If you look at the fine print, they are guessing.
Mm.
There is no way to actually determine through your DNA and everything. There's no actual way to determine where your family was from.
Interesting.
They're just taking a guess on what kind of background you have. There's specific descriptions and everything, but it's bullshit. No, the only way I think to actually find out real true ancestry is if you do the research, if you find paperwork, land ownership, if you find, you know, historical documents and everything. I would trust that before I trust any kind of DNA reading. Because then you have, friends of mine did it. 2 sisters did it, and they got wildly different results. Like, y'all are the same. If this was legitimate, you would have exact same.
Right.
But it was wildly different. But it's still fun. I'm not trying to discredit that. I'm a dick. I'm sorry. I don't mean to rain on your parade.
Rain on it. I don't care. Pee on it.
No, I'm good.
Whatever you want.
Look at all this fuzz on me.
You're a little bit fuzzy.
The blanket's coming along nicely, though.
It's very cute.
If not a little wonky.
Whatever.
Made with the wonky love I can give. That's it.
Wonky Love.
I'm rewatching One Piece. You said that in a way that reminded me of Monkey D. Luffy.
I've not seen One Piece.
It's so good.
The
The live action. I haven't seen the actual anime.
Are you keeping up with like the Gypsy Rose Blanchard thing?
No.
All right.
I've seen it.
Thanks for listening. We'll talk at you next week.
No, I've seen a couple of TikToks of her talking in interviews and everything about how wasn't she able to get out right at the end of.
She's out a few days
Oh, she
ago.
is. Okay,
Yeah.
I was about to say. I was like, she was supposed to be out at the end of 2023 or something.
28th of December. Yeah.
So cool.
Crazy story.
Girl, live your best life.
Live it. Do you think she should have gone to jail?
Jail? No. Probably court mandated help.
For sure. I like that answer.
I definitely don't think she should have been off the hook completely.
No, totally not.
But
She's messed up, dude.
Yeah, I don't think she deserved to just go to jail and then be left to kind of her own devices. Like, that's terrible.
Although, it does sound like she had a lot of good experiences there. Because you have to think, like, I think she said that she had, like, a second grade level of education, and she was getting free education there.
Mm-hmm.
And she had obviously been isolated for her whole life up until that point. I mean, obviously, I don't think it was the best, but it does sound like she made the best of it.
Well, I also, hot take, I don't know, but maybe I could be totally wrong because I've never been to jail. But I'm guessing you're also probably surrounded with people who have lived a whole lot of life.
Yeah.
In a whole lot of different perspectives, and you're going to get all of it.
Totally.
You're going to be able to see all the effects of all different kinds of life. And so she got the full impact of it probably right there.
Yeah.
In the time that she was there. So.
Totally.
Or at least was able to learn of all of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I can't really speak a whole lot on it because I haven't been following it.
Follow it. It's cool. It's crazy.
I really am. I am slammed with between work and then my obsessions with freaking crochet at the moment. And
crochet and hockey and that musical.
Dude, last night was such a bummer.
Why?
The pens. The first was garbage. Garbage. Oh my god. They could not get themselves together. Jari had to be swapped out with Ned, which I'm fine with. Nedeljkovic is my boy. But, the first period was absolute trash.
Huh.
They started to pull together a little bit in the second. They were down 4-0 against the Washington Capitals. They pulled it together enough to have 3 unanswered goals. But at the end, they weren't able to pull it off, and they lost 4-3. But, I don't know, it's kind of a bummer to start out the year that way, but I mean, at least they pulled it together. But man, Sullivan probably reamed them when they went back to the locker room. Holy frick. He started yelling at them when they were still on the bench. He was not happy. But anywho.
I love hockey.
Do you?
I wish I could play.
Do you like hockey?
I love it.
My friend Natalie texted me about there's some kind of outdoor hockey thing going on the 27th.
Whoa.
Starting at 10. I need some eyebrow shaping, please. My aunt. Let me find it. If you want to join.
Maybe.
Let me find. Because this is exactly what people want to listen to. It's from 10 to 4. Obviously, we won't have to be there the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But this is on the 27th. Check your calendar.
What is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, wait. Syracuse Pond Hockey Classic. I don't know. I don't know who plays in it. I don't know if it's a legitimate competition or if it's just random people getting together to play pickup games. I have no idea what it is, but we're going to watch hockey. So if you want to join,
yeah,
there it is.
Cool.
And then Pete texted me. He was like, "Do you want to go to a Crunch game with me?" And I'm like, "Frick yeah." He's like, "Okay."
I
we'll
haven't
check
been to
in."
one yet this year.
I haven't either. I haven't been into one in years.
Hmm.
But again, we looked into the prices of it earlier. Remember?
Oh my god,
Freaking
ridiculous.
expensive. I was like, I was thinking maybe $30. They're like $80.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But I am going to 2 more Buffalo Sabres games in February.
I really want to go to a concert.
What concert?
Just something I actually care about.
Well, if you want a partner to go with, I'll go to anything.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you have a boyfriend.
What?
That's so inconvenient for me. Like I'm always gonna be like the second choice of dates. That's so
That's not
rude.
true. It depends on what we're doing.
Yeah. Ugh,
Sorry.
rude.
Sorry about that.
Where's my Pleifner?
Yeah, you gotta find a Pleifner.
I need to find a Pleifner.
I'll be your Pleifner.
You have a real one.
That's not a Pleifner.
You have an actual partner.
I forget what Pleifner means again. What is it?
Platonic life partner.
Oh, there you go.
You already have a legitimate significant other.
Ugh, sorry.
Rude ass.
Sorry.
Have we not established that everything revolves around me?
No, you're right.
God.
You're right. I
Get it
messed
together.
up. I messed up when I started dating him before I met you.
You should have foreseen this. You should have been prepared. How rude.
No, you're right.
I'm offended.
So sorry.
Anyway.
Oh god, we should probably wrap up.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's about that time. This was so thrilling. I had a great time.
I always have a great
I
time.
made such good progress on my blanket.
Good progress.
Even if the edge is wonky.
I sat here and played with chapstick.
Look how much longer. Look at that. You can see it dive inward.
It's gonna be a triangle.
It is. Son of a beanstalk.
How big is it gonna be?
Till I run out of yarn.
Fair enough.
I don't know. It's
Very
heavy.
cute.
This
Who's
yarn.
it for?
My aunt's nephew and niece-in-law just had a baby. Had a baby girl.
Very cute.
This is dense. This yarn is so much heavier than I expected. This
I feel
is
like everybody's
this
having
could
a
knock the baby out. Oh my god.
Do you know that babies are so scary, bro. I could not have one. No, because I literally saw a TikTok of a woman teaching her baby how to take a blanket off of its face. Like, she would throw the blanket on it and be like, "Where are you? There you are." And, like, the baby would try to get the blanket off in case of, like, I don't even know what.
My problem is I would get frustrated. It's like that curse of knowledge we talked about before. It's like I know what I know, and so I don't realize when other people don't know the same things that I know, and so I can't comprehend why you're not understanding something. I would get so frustrated with kids. It's like, are you stupid? Why do you not know the Pythagorean theorem right now? Like, everyone should know that. Duh.
Oh,
I would get
God.
so frustrated.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying. It's like a cultural difference.
Yeah.
You don't understand the same references and stuff. Which I also saw that you're supposed to, like, well, I knew this, but when you talk to a baby, like as if they're an adult, it helps them pick up on social cues sooner.
Look at that. That is so freaking
That sounds
wonky.
pretty good.
No.
It's pretty good.
Look at that. You can see it dip. Oh my god.
It's whatever.
That's terrible. I think this is the better side.
Really?
Yeah. Nope, they both suck.
Yeah, I think this side's a little bit.
They both suck. It's
Whatever.
fine. I'll just stretch it.
Block it. Look into blocking.
Yeah, I'll do something or other. But what were you saying?
I don't know.
Sorry.
But you're not supposed to put a baby in a car seat with a coat on. I don't even know.
Yeah, they can
There's so many rules.
slip out too easily.
How did we get this far?
What?
How did we not all
Oh,
die off?
I wish we would. I really wish we would.
Yeah, that'd probably be for the better. You know what? Oh, sorry, we have to wrap up. But I saw this TikTok. This woman goes around, like, the city, or, like, cities, and finds, like, water bottles.
And empties them
And empties them. Have you seen
Trapped
this?
water.
The trapped water.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
Yeah. Kudos to her for actually thinking of that.
But also, now I'm burdened with this knowledge.
See, you take it as a burden. I take it as I don't care.
You don't care about the trapped water?
I don't care about anything anymore. Because like I
Oh.
said, the sooner we die out, the better.
Alright, so let's do it. Let's run it up.
Well, my also thing is with trapped water, if we trap more water, then it's not going to get back into the oceans.
Yeah.
And then as the icebergs continue to melt, we need to trap more water so we can keep the ocean levels at the same that they are rather
So
than...
we should be trapping water?
I think there needs to be a healthy balance.
Interesting.
I feel like there's, actually, the water is not the issue. The trash is not the issue. It's the carbon that's the issue. We talked about it before.
Stop farting.
Stop breathing, people. Plant more trees and stop breathing. Thank you.
Amen.
Brother Ben.
Shot a rooster. Kill the hen.
And with that, we will talk at you next week.
Talk at you next week.
Bye-bye. Dear freaking Lord.
Shot a rooster. Kill